Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing good. Okay, so today we are going to look at a very interesting topic, okay? And that is from grammar. So can you all read what is written on the screen? Yes, today we're going to look at the topic punctuation, okay? So students, do you all know what is the punctuation? Can you tell me what is a punctuation? Yes, very good. So punctuations are used in sentences, okay? And I know you already know few kind of punctuations like full stop, exclamation point, comma, etc. Okay, and very good students. So today we're going to look at what are punctuations and why are they used for and where are they used. Okay, so shall we go into the class? First, let's see what is a punctuation. Okay, it is a tool that is used to separate sentences, phrases, clause in a sentence. When we use punctuation, we will be able to understand the meaning of the sentence properly. We will be able to write in proper grammatical form. Okay, so what are they saying? Punctuation is a tool used to separate sentences, phrases or clause. Okay, so they used in they used in particular sentences. And why do we separate sentences, phrases or clauses? For us to understand the meaning properly. Okay, and we will also be able to write it in proper grammatical form when we use the correct punctuation mark in our sentences. Okay, so now we're going to look at the types of punctuation. Okay, now can you all see all those colorful boxes there? Yes, so can you all read for me those types of punctuation, students? Yes, very good. Thank you. So what is the first one? Period. A period is also called as a full stop. Then we have question mark. Then we have quotation mark. Then we have apostrophe, comma, hyphen, exclamation point, colon, parentheses are also called as bracket, semicolon. Okay, so these are the types of punctuations. And we are going to look at what are they and where they are used. Okay. So first, can we look at comma? Okay. So how does a comma look? It has a head and then it has a tail. So it does look like that, right? Yes. And what is a comma? It is a small pause in a sentence. What do we mean? What do I mean by small pause, students? So for example, if we have a comma in a sentence and we are reading that sentence, how do we read it? When we see a comma, we have to stop for a second and then we have to start reading. Okay, so that is a small pause. Separate same items in a sentence. So what do they mean? For example, Radha likes oranges, mangoes and banana. So oranges, mango and banana, what are they, students? Yes, they are fruits. So they are same items, right? So when we want to separate same items in a sentence, we use comma. Okay? It is used before the word but. Okay? So for example, I like traveling in car, but I love traveling in train more. Okay? So when we see the word but, we have to use a comma before that. Okay, next one. We have semicolon. What is a semicolon? It is used to join two independent sentences used in the place of a conjunction. What do they mean by two independent sentences? For example, Pavitra has a blue car. Amita has a red car. So if we separate these two sentences, first sentence, Pavitra as the blue car, it is a separate sentence. Yes, it makes sense on its own. It has meaning on its own. The second sentence, Amita has a red car. Yes, so the second sentence also has meaning on its own. So when we want to bring these two independent sentences, that these two sentences that have meaning on their own together, we use semicolon. Okay, and where is semicolon used? It is used in the place of a conjunction. And what is a conjunction? It is and, or, but, though they are called conjunction. Okay, instead of a conjunction, we will use a semicolon. Next one, it is called as a colon. How does a colon look? It has two head. Okay, on top and in down. Okay, so top and down, it has two heads. There is the introduction before the following information. So what do they mean by introduction? So before the colon mark, there's a small kind of introduction given for the rest of the sentence. Okay, so for example, Sam plays 4 instruments: guitar, drum, keyboard and violin. So what are they saying? In common, there's an introduction about Sam playing instruments, and then after the colon they are telling what are those what are those instruments. So before the colon there's a small kind of introduction, and then only they're explaining what is that introduction. Okay, then we all know what is a full stop. It's a big head. Okay, so it is a great stop. What do we mean by it's a great stop? It is in the end of a sentence and we do not continue the sentence after a full stop. It is the end. Okay, so we have to use full stop for every sentence. Okay, then we have exclamation mark. What is an exclamation mark, students? Yes, very good. So it is used to express the emotion. It is used after the emotion. Okay, so what do you mean by express the emotion? For example, what do you say when you're happy? Ha! What do you say when you look at a cake that looks delicious? Yes, you say wow. What do you say when you get hurt? Ouch! Yes, so these words are expressing the emotions. Yes, and we use the exclamation mark after those kind of words. For example, wow, the ice cream is amazing. So we've used exclamation mark after the word wow. So that is where we use the exclamation mark. So it is used to express the emotion. Okay, then we have question mark. We all know what is a question mark. We've seen it in our question papers, right? Yes, it is used instead of a full stop when there is a question asked in a sentence. Okay, so instead of a question mark, we will use a instead of a full stop, we will use a question mark. So when will we use a question mark? When there is a question asked in a sentence, we will use a question mark. Okay, so for example, when will she come home? It is a question. They're asking somebody, when will she come home? So we will use question mark there. Okay, and the next one, dash. It's a small hyphen. Okay, you would have seen in many texts. You would have seen in our phone. We would have seen in our textbooks. Now let's see what is a dash. There will be a change of topic after the dash. Okay, so before the dash there will be one particular topic, and after the dash it will be the opposite of that topic. Okay, for example, she has failed in her exam, but why talk about the bad past? So what are they telling before the dash? That she has failed in her exam. What are they talking about after the dash? They're telling, why should we talk about that? Okay, so there will be a change of topic after the dash. Okay, the next one, inverted comma. Okay, let's see what is an inverted comma. We saw what is a comma, but let's see what is inverted comma. Can you see in the corner? There are two tail and a head in the beginning, and in the end also we have a tail and a head. Okay, it is used to mark the exact words of the speaker, comma before the inverted comma, and full stop after the sentence. Okay, so what do they mean? It is used to mark the exact words of the speaker. So for example, when there's somebody saying something in a sentence, we will quote those words said by that person. For example, Kevin said, I'm prepared for my exam. So what have we quoted there? I'm prepared for my exam. Whatever Kevin has said, we are quoting it. Okay, and the form to write the inverted comma is, so can you see Kevin said, comma. So there should be a comma before the inverted comma and then full stop in the end of the sentence. Okay. Then we have apostrophe. Okay. Apostrophe will look like a comma, but it will not be used in the same place. Okay. Used to show the ownership, it is followed by a S. Okay. The letter S. So where will apostrophe be used? So when we want to show the ownership, okay, for example, it is my book, okay, so we're saying it is mine, right? So possessiveness, okay, so when we are saying it is Kavita's book, so we're using an apostrophe to mention it as it is her book, okay. When we use apostrophe and a S, it is denoting that it is her book, it is her ownership, okay. And then used in the place of a missing letters. For example, can, not. There are two letters. We can also combine them and write can't. Okay. So there is a missing letter, right? So we use the apostrophe and make it as can't. Do you all understand, students? Yes. Okay. So it is used to show the ownership and it is also used in the place of a missing letter. Okay. And we have brackets. Okay, what are brackets? Everybody knows what is a bracket. Okay, they are two little bent figures, or it can also be like a half open box. Okay, you can see in the corner. It is present in pairs. What do you mean by it is present in pairs? They are always together. There will be one in the beginning of the sentence and one in the end of the sentence. Do you all understand, students? Used to separate from the main content to give more information. Okay. So what do they mean by to give more information and used to separate the content? So for example, Kamal Hassan, actor, has won many awards. So Kamal Hassan, to give more information about that person, we are saying he is a actor in the bracket. So this is what is known as giving extra information. So that is all, students. Thank you so much and have a good day.